In this video, I am going to show you how to submit your results for one of your assignments in writing that match your workshop process piece that you're finishing up based on your scope and sequence. So the first thing that you're going to do is sign into LinkIt and access Data Locker. Once you're inside Data Locker, you want to select your grade level. So I'm going to model this with first grade. You're then going to select the subject area. So a writing assignment falls under language arts, of course. You're then going to select the bank. So if narrative writing was the first process piece that you completed based on your scope and sequence, you'll select that. But you'll also notice inside of this bank are all of the different benchmark entries that will exist in here over time. So again, we're going to focus on the narrative writing prompt for grade 1, so we'll select that. You then have to select your school, of course, and I'm just going to find a first grade teacher, and then your class needs to be selected. So once you go through all of those filters, then you're ready to enter the results. So the question is, how do I enter the results on a data entry form that looks like this? So what I want you to notice first of all is that there's a action button at the bottom of the screen. It says View Supporting Documents, and when you click on it, your writing rubric will show up. So this is the writing rubric for first grade narrative. Something to notice on this writing rubric is that you have 4 elements: purpose and meaning, structure and organization, craft and style, and conventions. So when we go back over to this entry form, you'll notice those elements are at the top: purpose and meaning, structure and organization, craft and style, and conventions. So underneath each element, there's a total number of points that you can get. Purpose and meaning goes up to 12 points. And so, well, how do you find that is the question. So if you go back to your rubric, each one of these items is out of a possible 4 points. So under purpose and meaning, this category here, author's purpose, I could score 4 points in. Central idea, I could score 4 points in. And this is about including details, and I could get a 4 in this category also. So there are really 3 different categories here that I could score a total of 4 points in. So of course that equals your 12 points. So 12 is the highest you could get. So let's say you have a student who has author's purpose is clear. So you can clearly tell this is a narrative and they can write a story. And so you're going to give them 4 points here. So you're at 4. And then you look at their central topic. And so you're questioning whether that's strongly focused, mostly focused. You're making decisions about how clear their central topic is. Let's say they get a 3 in this. So now you had a 4 over here plus 3 more, so you're at 7 points. The next category is on details included. So let's say this student doesn't include a lot of details, and you're going to give them a 2 in this section right here. The student rarely includes details that elaborate on the central idea or the purpose. So now in this category of purpose and meaning, they had 4 over here plus 3 points. And an additional 2 gives you 9 points. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 more is 9. So in this category of purpose and meaning, they scored 9 points. So you would actually come right here and give them a 9. Okay, so then you would go to structure and organization. Well, let's see what the rubric says. So under structure and organization, that's this category here, and we read it across through the 4, 3, 2, 1. So maybe for structure and organization, let's see, what does it say here? The student accounts 2 or more events in that sufficiently flows in a logical order. So you're reading their process piece and you say, yeah, they mostly do that. So they get a 3 in this category. What comes next? The student includes significant temporal words. Let's say they don't do that at all. So they're over here at a 1. There are no temporal words to show signal order. So you have 3 here. Plus another 1 is 4. And the last box is about the closure. Let's say they provide a little bit of a sense of closure. So they're over here in this 2 category. So in structure and organization, they had a 3, a 1, and a 2. And so that gives them a total of 6. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. So I go back over to LinkIt, and here they've received 6 points. So I'm going to do this for the other categories as well. For craft and style, there's a total of 12 points they can earn. And for conventions, there's a total of 16 points that they can earn. And that is because when you look at conventions, there's actually 4 potential areas they could receive a 4. So capitalization, end marks, spelling, and phonics, and then also grammar. So there's a total of, if each of these is worth 4 points, or they could score 4 as the highest number, then that gives them 16 possible points. The probability is that you will have students kind of across the spectrum here. You could have students scoring, completely in this 3 or 2 category, but the chances are some of these indicators are quite different. So, for example, capitalization might look really good, but their spelling needs a lot of work. And so they could be a 3 here and a 1 here. All you're doing is you're just adding up the points for each category under the elements of writing. And that will show us later. You might have kids who, first of all, it will also, so let's just put a generic number in here right now. It will tally, it will give you a raw score. So when you add all of those together, that equals 27 points. When we're looking at early elementary, we want to see where are the students getting or losing those points. So you could have students who fall very highly across the board in purpose and meaning or structure and organization, and then that same student could fall very low in their conventions or in their craft or style. So at this elementary level, we're kind of looking to glean and try to figure out what part of writing is either posing a weakness for them or is an area of strength. And then you would just simply save results. So I'm not going to do that here. I'm going to clear this out and cancel everything. It says, are you sure you want to cancel your changes? Yes. And so none of those numbers will be saved. But that's how you enter writing results. And I will be happy to review this at our next curriculum meeting, or come into a grade level lunch before school or after if it helps. And just to follow up, when you do score those rubrics, please make sure that they go home with a piece of writing. You don't need to put an overall score on the rubric the way that it will generate an overall score for you in LinkIt. You just need to circle the indicators so that we're communicating where the child's strengths and weaknesses lie as a writer. I hope that helps.